Hello, welcome to this very special edition of the Pace Report, reporting live at this year's 2023 Charlie Parker Festival here at Marcus Belgrave Park here in Harlem, New York. Tonight, blessing the band stage is a young sister who hails from Detroit, Michigan, and ever since she's landed here in New York City, Endea Owens' star continues to rise. In addition to her leading her own band, the Cookout, she's the bassist and singer for Jon Baptiste's band, Stay Human, and she's the house bassist for The Late Show with Steven Colbert with Louis Cato as the music director. She's also created the Community Cookout, which is an initiative that brings hot meals and free music to the communities of need here in New York City. Tonight, you guys are going to witness music from her brand new record, which is going to be released September 1st, titled Feel Good Music. Also, you're going to see my interview with her talking about the new record, as well as talk about her deep Detroit roots, being mentored by the great Rodney Whitaker, Marcus Belgrave, and the maestro, Ron Carter. We also sit down and reflect on some of her favorite musical influences, as well as talk about her role as a band leader and leading her own band as a female. So sit back, relax, and enjoy highlights of music from Endea Owens and the Cookout, presenting music from her upcoming album, Feel Good Music, at this year's 2023 Charlie Parker Jazz Festival here at Marcus Belgrave Park, here on the Pace Report, here in Harlem, New York. congratulations on your upcoming record, Feel Good Music,
Yes.
September 1st. This is your debut record. Tell my viewers what they should be anticipating on this record.
Wow. Well, they should be anticipating a whole buffet of the Black music experience. So I wanted this album to sound very unique and sound like everything that I've grown up with. So of course it's a jazz album, but you'll hear influences of gospel and funk and R&B and hip hop and straight ahead. So it's going to be a whole diverse selection of music.
Tonight here at the Charlie Parker Jazz Festival, we got that, and we closed with James Weldon Johnson's Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Yes.
And it's very important that, you know, we talk about your Detroit roots. Church is also part of the musicianship and everything.
Yes.
How did you come into this whole bass thing?
Wow, well, I first started on violin and piano. So I taught myself piano by ear, and then I was a violinist. I actually did national competitions. And then in high school, around the age of 15, I decided to pick up the bass and play Mozart Symphony 25. I was like, okay, I can hear my way through this, I can do this. And my high school instructor said, oh, you're playing bass? Okay, so we need a bass player, play the bass or get an F. So I actually switched from violin to bass, and the rest was history. I met Rodney Whitaker in high school. He came to do a program, and I ended up going to Michigan State. Rodney actually corrected my technique because I actually played upright and electric with my thumb, only my thumb. And yeah, Rodney introduced me to Paul Chambers and Oscar Pettiford and Ron Carter. Yeah.
You know, Detroit is a very, very important town musically. It was the progenitor of punk, electronic music, R&B, soul with Motown. There are layers of that city that have introduced the world to our magnitude of Black American music. What is it about Detroit that continues to produce musicians like yourself in the next generation? Because it seems like there's always never been an endless amount of musicians that come from that city.
Yes. I believe the greatest thing about Detroit is its soul and its community. So Detroit and musicians, music is really community-based and mentorship-based to me. So I think that's the thing that really creates strong musicians, because we have a lot of selfless individuals who have played with the greats and have played with this name and that name, but will also take the time to find like a struggling student that wants to learn, and they'll mentor them until they get it. And I think that's what makes Detroit stand out, because it's not like that a lot of places. So, and also, especially when I was growing up, I heard everything on the radio. Like it wasn't just one type of music that I was accustomed to. Like, and I also believe that Detroiters just know all the Motown hits. Like, we grow up listening to great music, so it only makes sense. And I think it's just something in the water. Like, it's just something about the soul of Detroiters. It's the perseverance, it's the fire, it's the ambition. It's just grabbing life by the horns that comes out through the music.
You know, Rodney Whitaker, who's been on my show a couple of times, and he's at Michigan State University, and Michigan State has some great instructors, but another great legend also mentored you, who's no longer with us, the great Marcus Belgrave. Tell me about Marcus, and now that he's gone, what are some of the things that you miss about him, and some of the things that he imparted on you as a musician that you're carrying out every day as a musician?
Wow, what do I miss about Marcus? Everything. I miss him. We even shared the same birthday.
Wow.
Marcus, me, and Jerry Allen, all born on June 12th. And actually Marcus introduced me to Jerry Allen. He was just so selfless. Marcus was a comet, just a unique individual. The greatest thing, greatest memory is him teaching us at Youthville on Woodward Ave. He would just orally teach us music. So yes, we had the sheet music later on, but we would have to sing and play. So he was keeping the oral tradition alive, and also he just knew so many songs. I mean, Marcus was a walking encyclopedia. So it's so many records that unfortunately I don't hear played that he actually just taught me and let me listen to, and that kind of connected the dots to everything else that I listened to. And also Marcus, just like Rodney, because Rodney was also Marcus's student. I mean, Marcus taught everyone. Marcus just really believed in all of us, because sometimes we didn't want to rehearse. like we would be like, okay, and we would rehearse one day, and then we would be like, ugh. But Marcus was like, no, you have to do it. Like, we're gonna get this done, because I know you want to do it, but you need a push. Marcus would actually pull up to my house when I would play sick on the phone and call my mother. He would call my father. He would call my sisters and tell them to have me come outside. And he would wait for like hours until I came outside. And he would wait in his minivan with Kassan, his son, until I got out the door and went to rehearsal with him. And Marcus also gave me my first gig. It was over at a church on Gratiot Ave, and it was 4 hours long. It was in the heat, and he gave me a check. I said, I don't have a bank account, and he went with me to get a bank account. I mean, he just went over and beyond and onward and upward, however you want to say it. Marcus was that. I really, really miss him. It's not a lot of people like him.
Yeah, his wife is really keeping his legacy out there, and we have to pay homage to him, because I mean, there is a whole legion of generation of musicians that came under his mentorship. I'm talking about Jerry Allen, Ron Carter, Regina Carter, Kareem Wiggins. I mean, Kenny Garrett. I mean, we could really go all afternoon on the greatest hits collection on the names that he really influenced and enriched. And one more person that I have to talk about, and the maestro Ron Carter, who hails from Ferndale, just right outside of Detroit. He's another person that enriched you. Tell me about the maestro.
Yeah, so I was blessed to see Ron Carter perform live. Actually, Marcus introduced me to Ron Carter. That was the first time I ever met him. Was because of Marcus at the Detroit Jazz Fest, like way back when. And I was able to study with Ron Carter for a short time, and he is tough. And honestly, I loved every minute of it, because you have to be tough, like sometimes, to really, shine a person and mold a person. So I learned a lot about like just how to construct a great bass line and how to have an arc in my music, and also the functionality of the instrument. So many things that he knows, and like his whole thing is you have to know the rules in order to break them, because he breaks all of them, but he actually knows what he's doing all the time. So I learned a lot about how to navigate through the music, and also how to lead and navigate a band on the bass. You wouldn't think that the bass could actually lead a band, but there's certain cues and certain notes and certain rhythms that you can do on the bass to lead a band. So I learned a lot from him.
happiness did reign, and each man knew his worth. In my heart I yearn for that spirit's return, and I cry as time flies. Yeah, 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 The Creator has a master plan. It's peace and happiness for every man and woman. The Creator has a working plan. It's peace and happiness.
There is a place where love forever shines. The rainbows are the shadows of a presence so divine, and the glow of that light shines in the heavens above, and it's coming, going in. You will see, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's interesting how I see your technique with the band. You allow the singers to come full circle, and then you do your solo thing, and then you have the horn section, rhythm section accompany you. What is it like as a female to lead your own band and compose your music, and also having the musicians, the right musicians, to interpret your musical vision?
It's a blessing. I will say at first, being a female musician, a lot of people wanted me to sing and play, which I could do, but my whole thing is to actually focus in on the playing so people can develop the respect for female instrumentalists as well. We don't have to sing all the time because we have it right here or we have it right there. So it's empowering to lead a band, and also the way that I function with my band is to just exemplify equal opportunity, because it's not all about me. I want everyone to have their time to shine, because we are a collective. We're doing this together. I can't do that without them. So, and I'm very aware of this. So I actually love hearing them play on stage, and I love that each person brings out a different energy into the music. And honestly, I'm blessed to lead the band, and hopefully like the more inclusive that it gets, seeing like men and women on stage, there'll be a point where we no longer have to talk about gender. Like that's my focus. Like, no, she was playing that bass. They sounded killing. Like that, it was just great music. I was raised to put the integrity of the music first. So, and actually, my whole idea for the band, the reason why it's 2 horns and a big band and all that, was because I was inspired by Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers too. Horace Silver, like those are some of the first albums that I listened to, and I just wanted to keep that going, like just have a modernized. I mean, it's gonna be modern because we're in 2023, right. But I just wanted to honor that legacy.
You know, what's interesting about what you're doing, Endea, you have not just taken some of your own songs, but you've taken, like you said, some contemporary songs and put it into the fold, and you kind of revisioned it. Playing the bass by yourself solo, is that a nervous experience or is that a natural experience to you? Because, you know, when you look at Esperanza Spalding and like yourself, you guys are the complete package. You know the music, you're excellent writers, and you're tremendous on your instrument, and you're very pretty. When you're playing solo, how does that feel? Because that's like being naked to the world. How does that feel?
I feel great. I like starting the set with the bass solo because I'm signaling to my band like, this is the energy and we're about to play. Like we're gonna give it 100%. So every open bass solo, I actually like it because I can feel the fire inside of me, and I just want that to translate as the first thing that people hear and that the band hears. Like, we're here now, it's time to play.
Who are some of your musical influences, and who are some of your bassists that you seek a lot of inspiration from?
Oh man, okay, so my musical influences, definitely James Jamerson, of course, Charles Mingus, Anthony Jackson.
Wow.
Let me see. Oh, Nick West on electric bass. Rodney Whitaker, because he's taught me everything. Rodney Whitaker is like one of the best, greatest bass players of all time. And one thing is that his feel can never be duplicated. I mean, it's such a depth to his playing. Stevie Wonder, of course, Herbie Hancock. I love his music. I always think about his I Have a Dream song. It's amazing, and actually sometimes I even play Herbie's music on stage. Those are a lot of the influences. Of course, I grew up in church. Those are some of my earliest memories. I went to Perfecting Church on Van Dyke in Nevada with the Winans. So I'm used to hearing, like, on a regular day, the standard is high with the music.
Endea Owens. Sister, you've been on my mind. And sister, we're two of a kind. So my sister, I'm keeping my eye on you. Well, I bet you think that I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? I know I'm something. Yes, I hope you think that you're something too. Lately we've been struggling, going down that lonesome road and seen a lot of suns going down. But would you trust me? I wouldn't let no low life come and run you around. So let me tell you something, my sister. You better remember your name. Don't let no twist come steal all your good stuff away. My sister, I know we sure don't have a whole lot of time. So come and shake your shimmy with me. Honey, this sister's doing alright. Oh, alright, alright. In your space and run it around. So let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name. Don't let no twister steal your stuff away. Oh my sister. We sure ain't got a whole lot of time. I know we got some other things to do, so we might as well drop down one time firm to the right like that, right here, and we work it out like that. Hey, work it a little bit more, put a little thing on it right there. Sister,
sisters doing?
Endea Owens! Chanel Johns, y'all! Chanel Johns! One more time for Chanel Johns.
New York has been very good to you. And I'm talking about ever since you landed on Planet Rock. I call New York Planet Rock. Juilliard. You could have chosen any music school in the world, but why did you choose Juilliard?
I have a saying that I say only the finest. I heard that Juilliard was the best, so I wanted to go to the best. And also, Ron Carter was teaching there. But, oh wow, God has really been on my side with my New York experience. So I didn't go to Juilliard until the second year I was in New York. I actually was at the graduate program at Manhattan School. I dropped out, and at the time I was doing a lot of free gigs and was playing on boats. just a lot of odd gigs. And I went to Macy's one day and I was just window shopping, and I was on the women's floor and I just saw the Juilliard jazz band performing in Macy's, and I was like, what? And I was a little discouraged because I had applied to Juilliard the first time and didn't get in. I made it to the final round, didn't get in, but I actually spoke to the dean of the music program that was at Macy's, and I said, hi, thank you so much. Thank you for listening to my audition. And he said, I'm so happy that we're seeing you right now because we want you to audition again. Like, we were so hurt that you didn't make it. You know, it's just some things you have to work on. And the admissions deadline was a few days away. And he told me, just try to audition again. And I actually made it through all the rounds, and I made it the second time. And then after Juilliard, while at Juilliard, I just wanted to really dig in and just do my best and strive. So yeah, I'm very thankful for Juilliard. I'm very thankful for my experience. After that, I started touring. After that, it was the Late Show.
Yeah.
Steven Colbert.
Yeah. You're still part of Jon's group, aren't you? Are you?
Yes.
Still...
So I still play with Jon on and off again. The leader of the Late Show band is Louis Cato.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How is the transition from him? How is the transition now?
The only transition was different styles. So Jon is like very avant-garde. He's like, he could go this way, he could go up.
Music forward.
And
It's very music forward.
And you have to pay the ultimate attention to it. And he's incredible. And also Louis is incredible. He has a different approach. Like Louis is from North Carolina. He plays that folk music, that's his jam, but he also has played with George Duke and like Larry Graham, Marcus Miller, so he has a whole different style. So that was the only transition, was which book are we playing from. So they're both great leaders, and I'm actually very thankful that I've experienced both of their styles of band leading, and actually I learned a lot from both of them.
What's it like playing with just legends on the TV show and accompanying these icons that you're playing behind on the show?
It's amazing. As always, I just learn the music. Like, even if we get it the day of, morning of, hour before, I'm just like, okay, I want to do the music justice. And it actually, I love the excitement of that. You know, a lot of people like to have their music months before, weeks before. But honestly, I love that gig because it keeps you on your toes, because a lot of people operate like that. And
you're doing a lot of sight reading. You're basically
we don't have
you don't.
sheet
Oh,
music.
it don't. Not, it's
We
just.
do it by the record.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a skill.
Wow. So I guess Juilliard and just all the training from Marcus and just the gigs, it kept you on your. It's keeping you on your feet.
That oral tradition. I was already ready. I was like, okay, I already know how to listen to a song and just take it section by section. So, yeah.
So did you compute that when you were recording your first record? Did you do all of that, or was it a different skill set when you went into the studio and you could just do takes? Oh, I don't like this, we can do it. How was that?
So some of my music is a little hard. So of course I had to like get the band to play it and rehearse it. But I always start my songs by singing voice memos. Like I always say, if I can't sing it and I can't rock to it, I don't really know if I would want to write it out. Like it has to have some kind of storytelling in it, and it has to go somewhere. Like I love a great melody, I love a great bridge, and I really think that a lot more music should have that. I mean, it's really just the art of storytelling. So that's kind of the route that I was taking, and sometimes I change stuff in the studio. I'd be like, actually I'm hearing this, and then I actually sang the harmonies to the horn players, or I sang it to the vocalist, and then I had them record it.
community cookout. Now, I knew about this during COVID-19. You, D-Nice, and some other people kept your music online. You got a lot of people through some rough times. How did this concept come about?
Well, the concept came about on July 4th of 2020. I saw a lot of my friends, a lot of people lose their jobs and lose their homes, lose their necessities. And I was one of the few people that were still working on the Late Show. We did remote recording. And I had actually got the gig a few months before the pandemic started. And I was raised to help people. I always knew that I would want to go into philanthropy because I've had to go to like clothing drives and food banks and ask people on the streets for money. Like, it was so much stuff that we needed all the time. So it's something that I remembered, and it was something that I've always wanted to do because I know how much that helped me and my family. So I actually called Uni Mojica, that's actually working with Summer Stage right now. I asked her, hey Uni, like, I have an idea for tomorrow, let's pass out like 200 meals. And I said, do you have your father's car? She said, yeah. I said, okay, that's all we need. So I knew this Jamaican man that always cooked on Linux outside, and I was like, yo, John, can you make 200 meals? He said, sure, okay. I mean, of course, pay up, but sure. So I got the meals, and me and Uni passed it out on top of her father's hood on 125th between Lexington and Park. And it was a big line of people. Actually, we ran out of food, and I actually started giving people money out of my pocket, and then there was still a line. So I said, okay, we need to keep this going. Like, maybe I should do this every month, or every few months, or every couple of months, but I just need to keep it going. Then I said, how can I have more people notice it? Music. This is what I do. Music and food bring people together, so we also incorporated free music concerts. The community cookout has just went international. We did the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland. We just actually came back yesterday, and we did the community cookout out there and provided the free food and music concert. So I would love to spread it to the whole world, and I would really love to be the example to show people how amazing it is to help others. You know, it's a lot of people dealing with mental health issues and feeling horrible every day. And it's really nothing to give a person $1.
Right.
It's nothing to give a person a meal. Like, we order Amazon every day, we do all this. I'm ranting. But yes, it's a small thing for people who have it to do, but it's the biggest blessing for people. Like, that could honestly be the day that they take their life, but they see that somebody actually sees them and is caring about them, and they might go in the other direction. So we're just really just trying to bless people and let the whole world know that, you know, their lives matter.
That'll do it again for this very special edition of the Pace Report, reporting live at this year's 2023 Summer Stage Charlie Parker Jazz Festival here at Marcus Belgrave Park here in Harlem, New York. Make sure you support Endea Owens' upcoming new record, Feel Good Music, which will be available on iTunes as well as Amazon.com. And for more information on our upcoming tour dates, visit her online at EndeaOwens.com and follow her on social media. I'd like to personally thank all the festival organizers for this year's Charlie Parker Jazz Festival, Summer Stage, the City Parks Foundation, as well as Jazzmobile. As always, people, I can't stress this more than enough. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos here on YouTube and Vimeo, and leave comments, as well as follow me on social media by way of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.